just gone 9 o'clock here in the UK, 25th of January. Quick update for you. Just have a little look at news, because we had some Aussie news out in the early hours, and it's an Aussie bank holiday at the moment, although it'd be about 10 past 8 in the evening there, so pretty much their day is done. Better than expected CPI figures. Other than that, nothing else today. CAD news tomorrow, okay, just be aware of that CAD rate statement, that can cause a lot of volatility. Plus USD FOMC statement tomorrow as well. These are UK times, okay, so relate those or convert those to wherever you are in the world. But not too much today. We had some nice moves yesterday actually, so you know, could today be a little bit quieter, especially leading up to FOMC as well on Wednesday, when the market will be anticipating what's going to be said. Overall, you know, the dollar index itself is a bullish market, as you can see. Since we've had this double bottom here, it's been moving to the upside very, very nicely. Pull back here into this 94.80 zone where we've previously found resistance and support here, and we've seen buyers. And currently breaking through this counter trend line, as you can see. It had a little test yesterday, rejected, but right at this moment in time it's above, so let's see if that carries on. As you might have noticed here on the right hand side, I've just got the Swiss pairs, and Swiss is actually the weakest currency at the moment. As you can see, where the Swiss here is what's called the base, the term I should say, or the second part of a currency pair. The currency pairs are up on the day, and where Swiss is the base, the first part of the currency pair, it is down on the day. In fact, the Swiss yen is the only currency pair where it appears as the first part. So yeah, Swiss is very, very weak today, weakest of the currencies at present. Speaking of Swiss franc, Euro Swiss is one to keep an eye on. It's at a very, very interesting place in the markets. I'm just show you on where I go to weekly or monthly, but monthly will probably be okay actually. But we can see where we are, where we've come down to. Looking to the left, right about that 102. 103 zone is definitely an area of demand, so we should be looking for buy setups on this. So let's just have a little look at what's going on at the moment, and if there is anything. Well, we've broken yesterday's high, okay, we've had this low, lower low and lower low, but yeah, on the daily there is some divergence there. So what I would be doing, I'd be waiting for that change of cycle. Now of course it depends on what time frame you like to trade, whether you are a daily, 4 hour, 1 hour. It's looking pretty good at the moment. So what could be a trade idea is a little pullback here into somewhere around 103.60, where we found resistance here, maybe a little bit lower, but so I'll just point it out. Okay, we found resistance. Now we've broken out. If we can get a bearish 4 hour candle, for instance, you could place a buy stop above it, almost like this. We have this push up, we have this bearish candle, and then we break the high. If you put a buy stop above there, we eventually break the high and we go. So if we get something like that here, one, and then a bearish candle, you could place a buy stop above the bearish candle, or a buy stop above this high, for instance, and then hope that it breaks out. It's looking interesting. It's breaking out of I can see, without drawing it, but I'll draw it in, I can see a trend line here. We've broken out of that, which is great. So now I'd be looking for a correction pullback, and then looking to go long if we can then push onto the upside. So keep an eye on Euro Swissy. That looks really, really interesting. Pound. Pound, we've got a couple of trades on. Let me just get rid of this. This was the end of day trade I think we sent out. Yeah. I'm looking for a bit of a pullback on this, because we've had a really, really nice move of 1, 2, 3 bearish days there. So I'm looking for that pullback and then to get short again, almost like we had that move down here. We had this pullback here, came in and test these lows and then went again. So I'm looking at potentially this low here to come back into this trend line, into that level, retest and then sell off. So that's something you can have a little look at, whether you want to set an alert around about 135.75. We'll see if it gets that high. You know, you've got to watch price. Here we have our first impulse, little correction, impulse. So I'm expecting a correction now. One thing I would say about pound USD, some of you guys use moving averages. I do too. I'll show you on the 4 hour. When price pulls back, or when it has done on pound USD, it can pull back a lot deeper than the 20 moving average here in blue, as you can see. So, you know, we could be, there's the 20 moving average, we could pull back a little bit further, which is why my area of interest is up here as well. So definitely if we get to the 20 moving average, definitely start to get interested in that. You can see, look, on the way down here, it has these higher pushes, even though it's in a downtrend, pushes above the 20 moving average. So that's what could happen again. So if we get some bullish candles up into this zone, then start getting interested, start looking for sell setups. What else? I'm going to show you a trade that we've sent out. I've got pending for silver. Okay, silver, precious metals, still a bullish market in January, all the way up to the end of January and early February. We sent out this buy limit yesterday. Okay, so we can see the low, the high, higher low, higher high. At the moment, we're in a correction. Now you could look for price to come into these highs here and then reject. That's absolutely what could happen. But this is an end of day trade, so this is really designed for traders who, you know, who can't be in front of the charts. Now you could set an alert here if you wanted to and look for price reaction around these highs. But we've sent out a buy stop at just above the 23 level, because previously we've seen, look at this push to the upside here. From the bottom, we pushed to the upside, roughly around the same zone where we've rejected here. We came down and we popped into that 23 zone here. Okay, there's your 23. We popped in, it was just above actually. I think on some brokers that actually broke the 23 zone, and then we started to see the move. Here, you know, we've seen interaction with the 23 again and rejecting. So we've got a buy limit at 20, just above 23 actually. Really safe stop, you know, very, very conservative stop below this swing low here. And we'll see what happens. Will that trigger? Now, of course, people who can intraday trade, okay, if you are interested in that level, then set an alert and you can trade price action. You might be able to trade, you know, like a 4 hour rejection, like a hammer candle or morning star pattern, for instance. So we think that this still has room to the upside, and I'll just show you target wise where we got that target. We got this what's called an anchor trend line, which is axis support and resistance. So support there, support, resistance, resistance. Could come back up into that zone there, you know, very, very close to that 26. So we'll see what happens with FOMC tomorrow. We might get some very choppy markets, lots of volatility, and if that can pop into that 23 zone, take us in, and then start to move away again, and that's going to be absolutely fantastic. But you can see the cycles: low, high, higher low, higher high. Looking for a higher low now, so keep your eyes on that. So Euro Swiss, great zone, keep your eyes on that. Looking for that next long on silver. USD dollar index looking strong, and GBP USD looking for that pullback, potentially up into around about 135.75. But I mean, EMA users, anytime it gets that 20 moving average and above, looking at previous price action, then I'd really start getting interested in looking for shorts there. Alright, so I hope there is something of interest there for you, and yeah, just be careful trading. Not sure what it's going to be like today leading into FOMC tomorrow, but yesterday was quite good, lots of volatility, so because of that, will today be quiet naturally anyway while the market just kind of settles down? We'll see. Just take care and use appropriate risk management as always. That is so key to trading. I'll catch you in the next video. Bye for now.